Hello, my lovelies. How are you all? It's been a little while. I've not done this for maybe over a year. I've been a little bit out of practice. But hello, I'm here. Today I'm going to be doing a setup for basically the kids. Sorry, I was being interrupted already. Not off to a good start. Okay, here we go. So these spreads are all based on the kids and their needs and things I have to remember for them, especially school stuff, health stuff, just because I have too many children. I can't contain all the information for all of them in my head anymore. And to be honest, I wasn't doing that good of a job when it was just 2 of them. So now there are 4, I really need everything written down. So I've come up with some new spreads that I'd never even consider. Now it's like, well, why didn't I think of that before? That's so... Anyway, you'll see. But this one is for the kids' school. So there's one for Tristan, Ridley and Felix, because Felix is soon to be starting nursery. And in this one, I've got the school, the address, phone, email, the head teacher. They all go to different schools, so it's different for all of them. Otherwise, I'd just have it in one section, but they're all different. I've also got the year group they're in. Yes, I know, I should know that, but I don't remember it. And then I've got the class, because sometimes they have class names. I've also got their clothing sizes, because they grow out of things so quickly and I forget which size they are. Plus, my kids aren't the sizes they're supposed to be. They're a bit smaller most of the time than most things, so I have to try and keep track of what size they're in. Plus shoes, they grow out of them so quickly, I just cannot remember what all their different shoe sizes are. So that's in there. And then I've got the start and end of the school day, because the timings are different for all 3 of them with that as well. So yeah, it's enough to try and remember. So the next spread is a sort of health contacts and things, but I'm not going to talk about that just yet, because I thought I'd tell you a little bit about what I've been up to in the last 8 months. And I was thinking, how am I going to sort of drop this into the conversation without it being a bit... Anyway, I wasn't sure how to tell you, but as I was filming this, Felix brought one of the books up and I thought, oh, well, I can tell them during this bit. So over the last months, I'm not sure how many, I have been creating a book. And it's a book specifically for Felix. I say a book, there's now 4 of them. But it started with numbers. But Felix, some of you may already know, he is on the autistic spectrum. He has not been officially diagnosed yet, but I know 100% he is on the autistic spectrum. I have done enough research over the last 2 years to know for certain that he is. So the last 2 years I've spent learning about the best ways he learns, and he loves books. He's really into books. So I thought, well, I'll make him some books, or I was trying to look at some more books that are appropriate for the way he learns, stuff that he tends to stay engaged with, because he's got quite a short attention span. So I looked at all the books he enjoyed, and then I took all the similar things from those books and put them into this one. And things like a lot of repetition, very fast page turning so he doesn't get bored. It's interactive, he can get involved in it. And it's also based on Gestalt language learning, which is how Felix tends to learn. He was almost completely non-verbal for so long, and then all of a sudden overnight he's just started talking. It's amazing. And I think there has been a correlation between when I printed off these books and he started using them. It could just be a coincidence, but I like to think I had a bit to do with it. But yeah, they do seem to work, and he does bring them to me all the time to go through them, and yeah, he really likes them. So they are available to buy, but I'll finish doing the planning thing, and then if you want to know a bit more about it, I'll talk again about them at the end of this video. So this spread is medical and health contacts for all 4 of them. They all have different needs and different support people and early years support workers, things like that, because they're all most likely on the spectrum somewhere. They're all neurodivergent. And I don't mean to sound like that's a bad thing. That is certainly not a bad thing. I have no problem with it. They're just a different flavour of personality, and they are all wonderful. Not sure about Freya yet. I haven't noticed anything, and I was noticing things at this point when Felix was her age. So we'll see. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, it does mean that they have different people and who have different contact numbers and different emails and I have to remember who goes to who and what goes to what and what that person does. So I can write that in there. I also use the bottom of this page to write in when they last had their eye appointment and dental appointment, because obviously we do that every 6 months. And then on this page, Freya Jane, that's my little baby. My baby girl. Freya Jane's milestones, so the things that she has started doing. I didn't do this with any of the boys, and I really wish I had, so it's never too late to start. So I have started all her milestones and things, and she's crawling, no problem, sitting up, but now she's pulling herself up onto things and trying to cruise across the furniture, and she's so tiny she doesn't have the stability, so she just sort of pulls herself up and then wobbles and ends up falling backwards. And so we are learning to stand and fall safely at the minute. Okay, so the next log I've got is something I have used before and I find it really helpful. It's a health and illness log, and I've laid it out so it's one page for all of them. I use like a bullet dot system to find out who the information goes to on one side, and I have in it the date and the illness, the severity of the illness and the treatment. So like if ever they have to have antibiotics, or even like if it's a cold, if it's a really bad cold and it lasts a long time, or a cough, because sometimes one of them will get a cough and I think they've been coughing a lot. When did this start? I can't remember when it actually started, and like when did he get, I don't know, the chicken pox, or when was the last stomach bug they had, and did they have to have medicine for it? And it's just a really quick, easy way to keep track of everything. So I like this one quite a lot, and I have used one of these for myself as well in the past. I've also assigned each child a colour, which I'm going to keep through the whole bullet journal. And I got these dot marker thingy-mabobs. I can't remember what they're called. If the name comes to me, I will tell you, but if not, I'll put it in the description. But they are the best things I've bought. I love them. So the next spreads are memories and achievements. And as before, I've got a section for each child individually, for, just anything they've done well, or things I'm excited about, or any particular lovely moments, just things that I would like to remember, because my memory is really not brilliant. So, I want to remember these things because they're only this small for such a short amount of time. It's sad. They grow up too fast. And then on the bottom of this page, I've got a place for special family moments. So when there's more of them involved and things like that. I haven't done a huge amount of space for these things because I don't know how long this bullet journal is going to last me. So, and then I've got wish lists and favourites. So wish lists is where I'm going to put, like when you go shopping with the kids and they say, I want this, I really want this, and blah, 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 blah. And you think, not now, it's not, it's not appropriate to get it now. I'll think about it for their birthday or Christmas. And then birthday or Christmas comes round and I think, what was it? I can't remember what it was that they wanted. So one of the things I do now is take a picture of them holding it. If it's for Father Christmas, I say, I'll send this to Father Christmas so he knows what you want. And that's how I was remembering it. But then that meant I had to scroll through all the pictures on my phone. So now I have a spot just here. And then favourites is just like their favourite TV programmes or magazines or music or, singers, sports, just so that, I can make sure I'm doing enough research and getting involved enough in the things that they're interested in, because with there being 4 of them, I want to make sure that what's the word? I'm the best version of mum to that individual for their needs. I'm not sure how else to explain it, but each child is different, so they need a different approach. They need me to know lots of different things. So next spread is will eat, won't eat. Unfortunately, my children are very fussy eaters. Tristan is much better than he ever has been. Now that he's a teenager, I think the hormones have kicked in and he's, just wants to eat all the time. So that's amazing. But I'm going to write in the top dinners that all of them, maybe all of them, but in fact, I don't think there's anything they all eat. But yeah, dinners that they'll eat. So I've got a few easy go-tos. I think, what am I going to feed them today? Make sure I have those things in all the time. And then I've got will eat for anything new that they've started eating. Like Ridley I'm so proud of him. He tried some grapes and he's finally eating grapes. And then on the bottom is won't eat, definitely, will never, not eat, just won't. Don't even try it. So that will be very helpful at dinner times. And then I've got kids say the funniest things, which is just, it's self-explanatory really, isn't it? Things they say that make you laugh that you don't want to forget. And that one is one that Felix has been saying about the numbers book, because that was the only one we had for a while. So he was saying Buzz likes number such and such, Buzz likes number such and such. Unfortunately, the Buzz likes bit comes out a bit like bollocks. It's like bollocks. Anyway, so when the other books came, he kept using Buzz likes number heart, Buzz likes number peach, so it was a bit cute. And then this final spread is for Mr. Riddles' friends. So Ridley has quite a few different friends at school, and I cannot remember which child is which and which parent is which, and how close they are or what they have in common. Or it'll say, oh, I did such and such with this friend, and I'm thinking, which one was that? So in this section I've got a space for the child, the parent, their address for when we have like play dates and things, contact numbers, safe foods for the child, so something I know they will eat if they come around for dinner, and then then any notes of like things I know they're interested in for like birthday presents when Ridley gets invited to different birthday parties and things. I have a feeling right now I disappeared to do something with the baby and I haven't edited it out, and I'm not going to edit it out because this video has been such a nightmare to try and film. Here we are. I'm back. So yeah, that is the final spread. Hopefully there'll be one spread in here that you will find useful for you and your children. This is where I realised I'd missed a page. So this one is just term dates. So they all go, like I said, to different schools, and the days that they are at school, and like not bank holidays, but teacher training days, and when half term starts and finishes, it's all different for each of them, and I can never remember when one starts and when one goes back to the day. And so I'm going to write it all in here. You don't see me write in the actual details in here because you don't need to see that, but it's a really simple spread. For the whole of these spreads I wanted to make them simple, not too detailed with pictures and washi tape and all those kind of elements. I've done a bit of nice writing and things, but other than that I wanted it to be really simple, easy to set up. When you're a mum, you are busy, so I didn't want to add all the extra stuff that we would usually add to make it aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so these are my books. This one's a bit bashed up because it's Felix's favourite, and he's just with it all the time. So these books they'd be good for any child, I suppose, really, but I have catered them mostly to children on the spectrum with like ADHD or autism or something like that, using all the tips and tricks I've learned over the last few years for what really speaks to Felix, and the things I notice helps him pick up things quicker and learn faster and in a more enjoyable way. So I've spent a while on these, and to be fair, I just made them for Felix because I wanted to help him and you know, it seems to have worked. So you'll see in the front, I've done a little dedication for Felix. But after I made them, I thought, well, I could make them available to other people. So I have. They are on Amazon. There's fruit, and there is also numbers, shapes, and colours. I'm also working on the alphabet at the minute. But yeah, those are it's like my fifth baby. Buzz is my fifth baby. I've written and illustrated a book. So if you would like to check it out, or if you know anybody with neurodivergent children and you think it would be good for them, I would love it if you would recommend them. I'm a bit excited, nervous, excited, but proud of myself, whether things are successful or not. I put a lot of time and energy and effort into it. And Felix loves them. So that's the most important thing to me. So anyway, if you wanted to purchase one, go on Amazon and search This Is Buzz. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my September Plan With Me video. It is coming. It's coming. I'm doing it. Okay, bye.